Welcome to the IESF Dota 2 European qualifiers for 2024. I am Waxen, joined by Black, and we both have the pleasure and the honor of covering the last day of the European qualifiers. Black, I'm so excited. It's been a long 5 days for all of the teams in the European region, but now we have 3 more slots still to contest. Who will be joining Ukraine? Who will be joining every other qualifying team from all the other regions? Who will be joining Greece at the World Esports Championships in Riyadh later in November? Will it be Sweden, Turkey, Belarus, or Bulgaria? All of these 4 teams today have everything still to play for. How are you feeling about this final day?
Honestly, I don't want to say I'm disappointed because obviously Bulgaria, I have lots of friends there, but North Macedonia yesterday, they almost 2-0'd Bulgaria, and then there was a massive comeback in game 2. I don't know if you witnessed that.
Yeah,
But they
I've
were like
watched.
15k up, and then, yeah, well, that just shows Bulgaria's resilience, and they are obviously deserving here.
Yeah.
But I would have really loved to see my North Macedonian boys, you know. But that also leads me to the following statement. I think Bulgaria, Sweden, and Belarus are gonna make it.
Well, let's talk about the first series of today. It's going to be Belarus versus Bulgaria, and we have the rosters on the screen right now, starting off with Belarus and who they'll be fielding and who they've been fielding for the last 5 days. They have So Bad, PO65, Blank, Miao, and 1J. And Black, about this roster, I have to tell you, they had alongside North Macedonia, who is, well, now out of the tournament, one of the most exciting underdog stories of the tournament, topping Group C, then dropping to the lower bracket after they made it to the semifinals, just falling 2-1 to Ukraine, which seemed to be the second best team in the tournament. So they still managed to clutch one there, and now they find themselves here. So Belarus have had a Cinderella story, but let's see if they can pull it off after the experienced lineup of Bulgaria, also now on your screen.
Gonna be a tough one against Felix, BZM, Mind Control, Little Pleb, and La Joya.
Joya. I've been calling him La Joya. I've been calling him La Joya.
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, you always have these names, and then you ask them, and they're like, "No, it's completely different." Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, my name is Jimmy. Actually, you just don't know how to rate it. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is not Ivan, or well, I guess in Europe it would be more like Ivan.
Ivan, yeah, that is true. That's very good pronunciation, Black. I love that. I also have to say, Bulgaria has played with a stand-in for the majority, well, for the entirety of the tournament with Mastermind stepping in for BZM. But it's been a few days removed from Riyadh. BZM could have made it home, and what an addition would be to the Bulgarian roster. That's not to take anything away from Mastermind, because Black Mastermind has put up some great performances, especially since Bulgaria began this lower bracket journey.
Yeah, I think the whole of the team, even including Mind Control, I think initially the first couple of days he wasn't the super scary, powerful Mind Control, but then ever since I think it was day 2 when he started packing out his Doom, like after his Doom game, he's just been on a roll. Every game he's owning.
He played a Rubik mid, for goodness sake, and he was pretty good on that one as well.
Honestly, I feel like almost every pro player is really good at Rubik, just because it's the most fun support. Like, if I have to play support, I pick Rubik every time. Because it's fun. You know, you can last at kills easily, you have instant stuns to make big plays with. You can steal spells, like, what else do you need? You know, but as you said, Mastermind as well, struggling a little bit initially. But yeah, now it really felt like they were maybe not really properly, in sync, aligned. Maybe they didn't have too much practice time together, but the more they're playing, the hotter they get.
And I gotta tell the viewers at home a bit about our format, because it's a special one. All the teams that are still in the lower bracket, the 4 that we mentioned, Sweden, Turkey, Belarus, and Bulgaria, yes, they are in the lower bracket, but because they made it to round 4, even if they lose this upcoming best of 3, so let's say Bulgaria defeats Belarus and Turkey defeats Sweden, both Belarus and Sweden still have one more chance. The deciding game that will be coming later tonight between the losing teams of this upcoming best of three. So do not despair, right? We know some of these matchups might seem slightly one-sided, and I'm looking particularly towards the other one that will be taking place off stream. With Sweden, I suspect they will have the upper hand versus Turkey, but that doesn't mean Turkey's out. Turkey could still bounce back later tonight and maybe defeat Belarus or Bulgaria, depending on the result of this game. So still a lot at stake to play for all the four lower bracket teams. Black, looking at these four, you mentioned that you have favorites three, and I gotta ask you why. Why do you think they have what it takes to qualify for Riyadh?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Bulgaria and Sweden are the favorites for me in each of the series. So by a pretty decent margin too, I'd say. As we said, there are some Cinderella stories, I mean, North Macedonia almost beat Bulgaria yesterday, so maybe it's not as big of a favorite as they make it out to be. Maybe like a 60-40 sort of scenario. But then, as you said, Sweden look pretty strong. But again, I feel like it might actually be closer than I initially thought. Maybe also about 60-40. But I think it's going to be those two. And then between Belarus and Turkey, it's going to be hard. I think I'll have a much better idea after game 1 because Turkey yesterday in game 2 and 3 played absolutely amazing Dota.
They got their hands on that Ursa, pesky Ursa, to eliminate Romania out of the tournament, and that was something that I think both Sweden and, of course, the loser of the series on stream will have to consider banning when playing versus Turkey later. But speaking of bans, the draft for this first matchup of the day is now underway, as we can see on our screen, and Beastmaster will not see the light of day.
Funny thing yesterday, Beastmaster and Darkseer weren't touched in any of the games, even if they weren't banned at all.
I mean,
I have no idea why. They first picked Monkey King instead of Beastmaster. Romania did in like 2 games. I was like, what are you guys doing? No offense to Romania, of course, but
they're losing. That's what they did.
Why wouldn't you just pick a Beastmaster? It's like literally the easiest hero in Dota right now to win Dota with, I think.
I believe that might be because they don't actually have a loft laner on that team. But these are the thoughts for the Wax It in Black podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Later today, maybe.
Anyway, I believe Monkey King is also S tier, but I don't know if it's S plus. That's what I'm gonna say. I think Beast and Darkseer are definitely S plus, and Darkseer, Monkey King maybe an S minus, A plus in that realm. So that's why we see the teams ban the Darkseer and the Beastmaster, the Hoodwink as well.
The Hoodwink
and the Sand King. I mean, nothing necessarily surprising here to kick off this map.
Yeah, pretty much what we expect. Teams are really getting, accustomed to not just the meta in general, but the tournament meta as well. Every tournament develops like its own meta, but yeah, nothing extraordinary here so far. Literally all the heroes that are getting first or second picked every game.
Yeah, I think, of course, we gotta say Belarus will have first pick. That means Bulgaria will be ready to round up the draft towards at the very end of this game. And now Bulgaria is burning through some reserve time, thinking what they want to give away, and they don't want to give away the Jakiro. One of the most contested supports, I would say. Contested in the sense that it's not necessarily banned, but a lot of teams seem to be prioritizing it because of how strong the Liquid Frost is, because of the presence in a team fight, and how much of a nuker he is during the initial laning phase.
Yeah, honestly, Jakiro is really quite... I don't want to call him OP, but I think paired with the right carry, he becomes really stupidly strong. Like an Ursa or Monkey King, like a hero that really, whose only weakness is that he needs to be up close and personal with enemies, get them slowed down or get them stunned. If you have Ursa Jakiro, he literally just double slows you, Earthshock on top, anyone's dead. It's just so stupidly strong. We've seen it yesterday. Nobody could lane there.
And now Belarus, the ball is there in their court. They will have the luxury of a ban and a pick here. So let's see what they consider really a priority here. I actually think they might be discussing if they want to get the Monkey King here. So they're gonna ban the Spirit Breaker, which is quite a good counter to Monkey King per se, as you know, the fact that you can chase him around the map. And they're gonna actually prioritize the Snapfire instead. I think Snap is very good in this current patch, but would I put it Snap over Tiny or Monkey? I don't know. I mean, they both, all three heroes have the same flex potential between support, mid lane, I guess Monkey, even safe lane. But Snap doesn't feel quite as valuable as a Tiny currently, for me at least.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as strong. I mean, it is really strong, but nowhere near as strong as Tiny.
And the Weaver, of course, how could you forget about this hero? I feel like I've been accustomed to Weaver being banned every single first phase in the last 4 weeks that I just automatically assume the hero's banned.
Yeah, well, Bulgaria gets the hands on it. Over the Tiny also, though, which is really surprising. Most teams just first pick Tiny no matter what.
Well, the reason most teams pick Timing is because Weaver is usually banned. But is Weaver not banned? Why not just pick it? And now I'm really gonna question this, like, Belarus not banning to Weaver or the Tiny and not taking either themselves. This might be something that they could end up being punished for later on in this draft. Of course, now we'll see some bans out, and it's gonna be the Chaos Knight ban. Also, Black, do you prefer Snap position 2 or support currently?
Honestly, I feel position 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just an amazing laner, and I just did some more thinking about the facets. I mean, obviously the full bore as a support is super strong. Don't get me wrong, but the
Ricochet.
the ricochets are so ridiculously strong.
I
Like the
I
fact that you deal 25% bonus damage on a universal hero already who deals a ton of damage, and then if you do get the glancing blow, which reduces your damage, you suddenly get 2 auto attacks on 2 different targets anyway, which is more than 100% still.
Yeah, on top of that, the reason I prefer Snap Core currently, it's the fact that the Little Shredder is just so strong. And you want to even get it when you play support, but if you're a support maxing out Little Shredder and your carry sees you doing that, they're going to be like pinging you and flaming you for it. So it's also, you're going to max it out way slower than if you play on a solo mid lane and you have farm prioritization. So I hope we'll see it mid, but of course, opening up with your mid laner is not something that necessarily you want to see, especially not versus a team as experienced as Bulgaria.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of Snapfire anymore. I don't want to be mean, but
I've got the Tiny as well.
yeah, they did. Reason I don't like Snapfire, I mean, it's a super strong hero, obviously. Pick it if you want to, but it's so how do I say it in a nice way? Brain dead. You just max
It's very
Shredder and you
one-dimensional.
right click.
It's one-dimensional. Come on.
Like I really just hate heroes that press one button and right click you. It's like one of those guys again.
Black, are you not a famous Medusa player?
Yeah. So
Uh-huh. Okay. No, no.
you have
Just
to talk a
asking.
split shot and stuff.
Yeah, of course, definitely. No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not a right-click hero. Yeah, of course. Never mind.
Yeah. Mystic Snake aiming, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know it.
You can't miss Mystic Snake. You can miss Scatter Blast or Cookies or Kisses.
Oh, so they take the Monkey King. Still, pretty big advantage for Bulgaria. How do you give away Tiny and Weaver? It's kind of ridiculous. I don't think I've seen these two together for a very long time for good
2 months
reason.
at least. Yeah, 2 months at least.
Mm.
And very interesting. I mean, yes, they did ban out the Darkseer and the Beastmaster, but the other three heroes that are in the S tier department, in my eyes, the Monkey, the Tiny, and Weaver, all making their way into the draft, is very interesting. But Belarus have burned considerably more reserve time here, Black, and I think this is going to be quite annoying for them because when you have Snap Monkey, the purpose is you don't want to reveal which way you want to play these heroes, but I think you might just need to show something here, right? Are you going to pick a support and tell us that either of these two can be a core? Or are you going to go for a core and make us understand that probably one of these two might be support? Or both, right? You can play Snap 5 with Monkey 4. 10 seconds on the clock. Belarus really burning through their time. Okay, Bulgaria won game 1.
I mean, Sweden has some success with the Visage.
I've seen this played in NA. I've covered this played in NA, and this is a carry visage, I suspect, or core visage. Let's say core visage, and it's just not great. It's very strong for the first 4 minutes because he has a 4-second cooldown nuke, but afterwards the hero just doesn't really scale, especially if you fall behind. And when you're playing versus Tiny Weaver, I find it hard to believe that you can dominate the mid game.
Yeah, one would argue even against just Tiny or just Weaver, it's gonna be
Yeah,
difficult.
true, exactly.
Grimstroke Tiny is also so. I mean,
Even
Tiny
Grimstroke
just doesn't
Weaver.
have a bad partner. And really, Weaver. I still think Tiny is stronger than Weaver personally, just because Weaver doesn't give you the easy initiation, the easy stun, the burst damage.
Okay.
But he's really OP, obviously. But you know me, I just like simple, easy stuns. And
Well, I
how
just thought you said you don't like brain dead heroes. What?
I mean, at least you have to, know when you jump in, but not really, because you're so tanky that you don't care if you're out of position anyway.
I have to say, I like this Grimstroke a lot here. And now the Dragon
Wow,
Knight.
dude. How tanky do you want to be? Yes.
Wow, and this is going to be another great target. They've got so much lock. Avalanche, Toss, Soulbind, of course, to Inkswell, Dragon Tail in a Soulbind. This is very good from Bulgaria. And this could be a Dragon Knight carry, which is something that we've been seeing more and more. You just take the cleave facet, and then you become the ultimate farming machine.
I personally would like the probably DK offlane this game,
Hmm.
just because the asset is very strong against the Visage Gravekeeper's Cloak. But yeah, carry DK also works really well, obviously, from the SF.
I think it also depends what this monkey will be. To see
Yeah,
where you want to put up the DK. Because Monkey versus DK, let's say they're both mid, right? Monkey can take that one.
yeah, pretty easily. From
Still
But
a
I'm
lot of
I'm
flex
expecting a
potential.
DK offlane probably. Tiny, I can either be carry or mid, but you really don't want to put DK middle if there's a chance that SF can be there, because it's one of the hardest counters in the game to him.
Yeah, I think DK loses mid to literally all the three potential heroes from Belarus. Both Shadow Fiend, Monkey, and Snapfire, I would even argue, as soon as she gets 2 points, a little Shredder just kind of bullies DK out of the lane despite the Dragon's Blood passive.
Yeah, which also got nerfed in earlier levels.
Yeah.
Since it became like an init, you can't skill it anymore.
Faceless Void banned out. I've also seen this play, and I don't think Belarus would have gone for this. This is a strange tactic that some teams are playing in Tier 3 SCA Black, where they go Faceless Void for time zone, and they just allow Visage, Snapfire, and Shadow Fiend to just throw the nukes in from outside of the zone. But at the same time, it's kind of pointless to me because then you would just get Chronosphere. So again, I don't think Belarus would have gone for that, as I think we might be looking at an SF or Visage position one. But Bulgaria doesn't want to take any risks. They don't want to get necessarily, I guess you could call it cheesed. If you lose to a void that goes the time zone, it's basically cheese.
Yeah, I feel like it's so bad, honestly. It's just BKB, you do anything, and you're like, fine.
It's funny. It's a funny concept. Maybe make it his shard. He gets another spell on top of Chronosphere. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, his init is also weird, where it like slows down projectiles.
Yeah, I know. No, it's a curious one. I've seen it like twice already, and the Void has surprisingly won the games, but I would say he could have done the same thing or better with Chronosphere than Time Zone. Anyway, Belarus spanning out the Zeus. Zeus is a great counter to Visage, to Monkey, even to Shadow Fiend or Snapfire. So Zeus, despite being heavily nerfed in 736, I think it's a great idea from Belarus to take it out, as that hero can still be viable versus what they're running right now.
Yeah, you just know me. I'm a big Zeus hater this patch. It just feels like he has no home anymore. He's not a nuker, he's not a right clicker. What does he really do? He's not a good hybrid either. He kind of lost his identity. I mean, he already lost his identity when he became a right clicker, to be honest. He was never meant to
Yeah.
be that.
He turned from Zeus to Thor. And now this
Yeah.
Luna final pick from Belarus. I'm not sure if they ran it before or if it's more of a comfort pick for them, but I am full transparency here. I think this hero is in the dumpster. And I understand she has the aura for the SF Visage Snap. But it has a 40%, 44%, I think, win rate in Immortal bracket in the last 2 weeks. I have played versus Lunas in my, well, low Immortal bracket, and the hero, even with like tons of free farm and kills, just doesn't scale up well in the ultra late game. And if this is for DK or Weaver carry, they will just completely outfarm and obliterate her lately. So I don't like Luna here.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan either. Yeah, we'll see what they end up picking. Maybe
Into
Another
Grimstroke.
carry can work too. Puck.
Yeah,
Okay.
play carry.
Okay.
It's DK. A DK or a Weaver carry, but most likely DK. Yeah. Leo Pleb will take the Dragon Knight, and he's going for the Cleave farm. Hmm. Hmm.
My
I'm taking
offlane tiny actually.
I'm taking Bulgaria here. Although yes, they do have offlane Tiny. I think I'm just not a big believer in core Visage Dispatch, and I think So Bad is the support, right? Yeah, So Bad plays support snap on the Bulgarians Belarus side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also going with Bulgaria. The lineup is really easy to execute, I think,
Yeah.
compared to Belarus's. And yeah, easy lineup means you got my support.
You've also picked this Luna into Grimstroke. Luna is not a hero that wins you games pre-minute 30, right? She can hit the 10 tempo, maybe 28 to 35. She takes a set of racks. But this is traditionally an ultra late game carry. And if you go minute 40, 45 with a Luna, I would assume that La Jolla on the Grimstroke will have an Aghanims. And at that point, you're just obliterating your own teammate. Imagine a Soulbind Dark Portrait onto the Shadowfiend and the Luna, and then your team completely melts to the opponent Grimstroke.
Sounds like fun, especially because they're magic immune for some reason.
Wait, is that true? Oh my god. That's kind of broken.
Yeah, I don't know why Dark Portrait, or if since the beginning, had the affinity that they're literally immune to magic damage. And
Well,
they're spell immune. They basically have permanent BKB.
ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we're gonna get any Dark Portrait, and let's see if Belarus can upset Bulgaria with their Aura draft for range heroes in this game number 1 of the qualifying matches. We are underway. Both teams already smoked up. Let's see who's gonna be taking the first contact. It doesn't seem to be the case for anyone. Maybe 1J might go early to break the smoke of Bulgaria.
Yeah, it's basically the Monkey King's job, right? Be annoying, make enemies feel pretty bad about being alive in this current space in Dota 2. I don't know. It's a support monkey, right?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is always being played as support, but I feel like you're meant to kind of lose lane because it's going to leave your lane at some point, and then you kind of get ditched, and it feels terrible for your whoever's there.
I prefer support position for a monkey than monkey mid. I think their strength in monkey dispatch is the fact that he can go tridents in and out, twin gate tridents gank, and come back in. I think when he played as a mid, he doesn't have success, and even in their European qualifiers, Romania lost, I believe, twice with it yesterday, and there was at least 3 more games when it was played mid and unsuccessfully.
Yeah, Romania was just being stubborn, to be honest. Oh,
Romanians? Stubborn?
He
Never.
is fine. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't be.
I'm not stubborn. Come on.
Of course not.
I may be at fault for many
that.
things. Stubbornness is definitely not a character trait of mine.
I didn't say that. You're just putting things in your own brain. Ooh, if he had a stun there, the top lane is actually ruined.
Puck Shadowfiend, man. 2024 or 2012, I don't know, but I love seeing this. I hope we're gonna see a lot of this in this game, because it's not often we get such a matchup right lately. It's been a while since both heroes were in the meta to see a classic mid-v-mid matchup. What is 1J doing bottom? Hello? Who do you think you are? An ogre?
Well, according to legends in China, at least, the Wukong is literally god. So he's been heavily toned down in Dota, obviously. But could you imagine if he just came into Dota as like an actual god with all the god powers?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, just like Mars should be, honestly, and Zeus. Right, it's a nerd.
So far, so good start for Bulgaria. I expect Bulgaria to actually win the laning phase when it comes to trading last hits, but they shouldn't, because they also have the mid to late game, if you ask me. Like, I guess Belarus have a tempo, like I said, minute 25, 35 in that area where they can maybe out damage Bulgaria for a little while. But even then, I'm expecting to see some item, like if not early BKBs, at least a spirit vessel for healing and even potentially a pipe on this offlane Tiny. And I know that's mental, but I feel like Greaves pipes and the Crimson Guard are so valuable on every offlane. That's why we see Beast and Brewmaster just go for that build.
Yeah, but supports can also build it. So I mean, it's not really typical to be built on a Weaver either. They don't really have the best heroes to do it.
And it's
Maybe
a
they'll go
Weaver
away from
5,
the meta.
right? It's not even a Grim 5, a Weaver 4. You say Weaver farms it, right?
Yeah. Or maybe the carry Dragon will do it.
Very well could be. They're going now bottom. They use the Bound of Strike and the Primal Spring. The damage is coming in. The nuke will be again off in 2 seconds, but there's no observer word and slow from the Shikuchi of the Facet. Meow uses the nuke on to fail. And the first blood collected by Bulgaria. And see, this is what I'm telling you. That's why this Visage is picked as a core. Because you keep spamming that nuke. But now he's out of mana. He has yet to get a kill. And that's basically it. I don't know. Like, I just don't see it. And I don't understand why these Visage players are trying to make it work. And it's not just, again, Mia in Belarus. I've definitely seen multiple other players do it.
I think Visage can work if it's mid. I don't think off or carry Visage is very strong. But a very farmed mid Visage with quick levels can definitely be very scary.
I'm gonna disagree. I genuinely think the hero was trash this match. Maybe not as trash as Luna, but that's, again, in my eyes, it's just not good. But who knows? I have my opinions, and they're sometimes right, sometimes wrong. Don't tell me about the Keeper of the Light Black. I told you yesterday, he won as a support, not as a mid laner.
Well, before that, he won as a mid laner too, though.
Yeah.
And B-Cop said he got hard carried by one. So he said he's a Coddle mid believer.
Okay, well, I don't want to talk about that.
Alright, fine.
What is Pro trying to do here? I mean, trying to steal the water rune, I guess. Also, this Monkey King is now doing what he would like to, but in order for his tactic to work, you need to force Illusionary Orb on the Shadow Fiend first, and then try to go on the Puck. Because otherwise, Puck is very hard hero to jump on top of with the Monkey King.
Yeah, I mean, SF is not the best hero anyways to kill him with. So they probably just have to accept that fact and try to win other lanes. Alright, Weaver's almost solo killing the offlane.
Yeah, definitely what you want from your offlane in 736C. Not a Beast, not a Brew, not a Darkseer, not a Pit Lord. Just get a Visage that gets soloed by a level 3 support Weaver. Okay.
That's how it goes.
Also, Underlord's another one of these offlaners that just gets kind of uncontested in Europe, which is very strange because we've seen the likes of Gaming Gladiators and even Falcons play the hero to great success.
Weaver on the Visage again.
He just gets
The
raindrops.
is just a disaster.
Yeah, you just get raindrops on the Weaver. You don't care. It's like there's nothing you can do to him. This hero doesn't offer you anything. And now Fail's gonna go back to Fountain. He's gonna recharge. Gonna give some more XP to his Dragon Knight. We look at the last hits Dragon Knight keeping up in last hits with the Luna. Yeah, the one downside for Team Bulgaria is that they are running a tiny offlane, which is something that nobody else does. So, of course, the Tiny will get completely obliterated by the range hero matchup.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised they did that, to be honest. If anything, they should have put the Tiny 4 maybe and the Grimstroke 3. Well, Grim is dead now, bye-bye.
And this is the strength of the Monkey King. He dies, it doesn't matter, he goes midfields the bottom and then goes for the gank. And if you can get another one onto Mind Control, this could be a massive turnaround from Belarus. Mind Control, he's going to get punched. Nice sidestep of the Scatter Blast. It's not going to help him in the long run, but it's going to buy himself more time. Good body block from 1J. Double kill, actually, for the Monkey. Do you like that? Do you like the Monkey getting the kills there or not?
Yeah, I think so. Monkey King is a very money-starved support. And he's one of those heroes that can actually take over the game.
I thought as a carry you would say no, and I was about to have a full-blown argument with you, but I'm on the same page. And if Mr. Black, Dominic, Reitmer, Dota, TI placement top 3 says it's okay, I'm glad we have the same analysis.
That's how it goes. No, I'm seriously, genuinely. Like, if I get kills as a carry, I'm happy, of course, but if my supports take it, I really don't care, generally, because I'm farming like 300 more creeps than you. I don't really,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get 200 gold, I get 200 gold.
Are you slightly surprised on the fact that this puck is 10 last hits behind the Shadow Fiend or no?
Nah, this matchup was pretty SF favored. King as a stun, one click. Yeah, you're gone.
He didn't even steal the Wisdom Rune. And that's going to be very tragic for both him and the Snapfire, because it was the Meow on the Visage getting their own Wisdom Rune. So instead of getting what could have been 4 Wisdom Runes for the support of Belarus, you essentially just got 1. What I mean by 4, I mean 4 boosts of XP.
Yeah.
Do you see how easy this DK deals with the birds? Familiars are just melting at his feet. But they're going to try to go on him. Level 6 on this Dragon Knight is making him very hard to kill. But the Scatterblast damage and the Lotus there, the Raindrop is alpha cooldown again. La Jolla arrives and the kill will not happen. But at least you force the DK out of the lane for a little while.
You already lost a bird though, which is pretty brutal. Like, if you're playing Visage and you lose birds early, that's basically the worst case scenario for you. Because the cooldown is long.
They
really
could get on
long.
top of fail here, actually. This might actually... Okay, never mind. They don't have the stun for it. Oh, I thought that was so cool. I thought the Monkey King shifted into the familiar. Fail. 2 seconds for Shikuchi. Dragon Tail is actually not going to keep him alive, but this Inkswell going from La Jolla. Support for support kill, and now they want to get the familiar. Nice stroke of fate. One more right click will get the job done, as they have the swarm on top of the familiar. You might have what familiars are they, like bats, or like what type of animal would you say a familiar is?
I think they're a gargoyle type creature, right?
So we got bugs versus gargoyles in this one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, bugs are kind of real. Do you think gargoyles are real? They might be.
There's statues of gargoyles, so I
yeah,
guess
exactly.
the
And
statues of
I
gargoyles
mean,
are
you're near Transylvania, over there in Romania, you know? Gargoyles, vampires, werewolves.
Yeah, sure, definitely. That's definitely not wrong. I don't even think we have gargoyles in our folklore, but I understand. It's fantasy land, of course.
Yeah. I like gargoyles. I play a lot of Elden Ring and stuff.
And you can see Black play lots of Elden Ring on his Twitch channel. Black, is your Twitch channel Black Dota or just Black?
Black Maya, like my last name, actually.
Oh.
Because everything else was taken, because I'm obviously too famous, you know. They all want to take my names.
Or because you've got a basic nickname, which is a color. Not even a color.
Hey, dude, I was like 9 or something when I took that name, okay?
Oh, 9, okay. So that was that, like 50 years ago?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
I'm still doing quite good for my age, I gotta admit.
I mean, if you are about 59, yeah. Are you? Wait, actually, pause. Aren't you younger than B-Cop? I think B-Cop told me this the other day.
Yeah, I'm younger than him. But B-Cop looks like a, very young lad.
Yeah, B-Cop looks like one of my students, which are about, like, 15.
Yeah, he has such a baby face.
He told me the other day he got, like, carded. Like, someone asked for his ID when he was getting, like, batteries or something.
Hey, son, you can't buy batteries for your parents.
Well, as we are talking about age and whatever, this is, I gotta say, probably the slowest game in the playoffs I've seen so far. 4-3 at minute 10. There were games where we had about 50 kills at minute 16. So the teams are definitely understanding the importance of this series, right? And it's a great start for Belarus. Shadow Fiend completely leading the network chart with 1,000 ahead of everybody else on the field. The Luna even ahead of the Dragon Knight. But as expected for the first 10 minutes, that's the way it should be. Let's see if they can keep that going. The more and more items we'll get on this Dragon Knight. One mistake I think Belarus is making is that they've kind of alleviated some of the pressure onto Mind Control, and we see him slowly climbing up back in the network chart. And Mind Control he's a TI winner. He's arguably, even to this day, one of the best offlaners in the world. He knows how to catch up if he's falling behind. Well, don't worry, guys. Visage will use the Surge and she'll get out of there for sure. But look at the turnaround coming in perfect right there with the Requiem of Souls. And the kisses to obliterate for the players. Mastermind 1 second to get out there, and I think he will be safe. But for how long, as 1J keeps on pursuing? One more right click will not get the job done. Actually, a large illusion orb and fairy fire. 1J keeps on chasing, but nice sidestep from Mastermind. In the end, you lost your Visage, which hasn't achieved much this game, but the fact that you baited there in so close allowed that perfect turnaround, and the Shadow Fiend is even farmed than before.
Yeah, games are going very well for Belarus.
But now they're going to get contested. They've got no ultimates now. Black, they know they can do it. Fail. Can he get Chain Slide before he pops in? Oh, perfect usage of the Familiars. But no. Time-lapse comes in just in time. And now the Phantom's Embrace to stop the Shadow Raise is a toss. It's right on top of the Shadow Fiend. And now 1J sacrificing himself to keep his mid laner alive. He will fall. But that was a full team rotation from Bulgaria to only get a support kill.
Never really worth it. But MC doesn't have his blink yet. He's 400 away from that. So once that's online, they'll have a lot more place to be had around the map. He's pretty much the only initiator they have until Puck becomes online with a Blink Dagger as well, which usually they go Witchblade, then Blink Dagger. That's going to take a while. We'll see if the carry DK chooses to go for Blink too.
Some of them do. Like in the triangle, was that a missed coil from the Puck, or did he just use it to try secure the kill on the Visage? Because it felt like Dire used coil on them, and then the Requiem of Souls came through. And I just wonder if Mastermind maybe got a bit overzealous with the usage of it there.
I didn't actually see where he used it. He might have just used it for the damage onto the Visage.
Yeah, probably to get some XP there. One thing that Belarus will definitely have going for them in the mid game, and we already mentioned this in about minute 6. Visage and Snapfire are both great at building these auras that are ever so crucial in the current meta, whereas there's nobody to do the same for the Radiant side and Mind Control. We wanted the Blink Dagger. The only thing he'll have to actually do is blink, and he's dead after the Eclipse gets dropped on top of him, as 1J will also steal the Wisdom Rune.
Yeah, game's looking better and better for Belarus. Still, their lineup is very finicky. Obviously, the Visage will build all the aura items, which will make them much more tanky.
And Snap is going for the Greaves as well.
Yeah, they don't really have a... My biggest problem is just they don't have easy initiation. Making any sorts of plays is really difficult, whereas turning the game around for Bulgaria is not that difficult at any point in time.
Okay, watch this. Shadowfin gets Sanjin Kaya. Aghanim's on the... What is this Monkey King doing? Okay. Yeah, one of the downsides that we... Oh, that's a lot of stuff forced out there, including the coil. Stroke of Fate and the Swarm from the support duo of Bulgaria are great at finding this Monkey King in the tree lines, and so are the Familiars.
IESF is looking...
So initiation, yeah, you get Ags on the Snapfire, you eat the Shadow Fiend, you throw him in, and he instantly pops Requiem of Soul midair.
No, you can't do anything midair until you land, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I mean, if he has Sanjin Kaya, he casts like stuff faster, that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah. That could actually work. But it's also very risky, because then you're in. And generally, SF, like, they want to choose when to go in, you know?
Nice attempt to use the raises there, but I think you might just die here, and I think Fail is going to be more than fine with the time-lapse. Going to try to use the Requiem of Soul, but nice Warning Rift and Phantom's Embrace. And that was the most farm hero on the map.
Or No Man's Land.
Good Scatter Blast to allow 1G to get out of there. But it doesn't matter. Little Pleb is going to just come here, start continuing his farm. And the Shadow Fiend going for such a confident play there. Now it's going to open up the map. Bulgaria trying to go for a smoke kill and potentially convert it into a tower. Dragon Form gets used. Mind Control with the Blink Dagger. Wants to get on the prowl. They're pinging 1J.
Not on trees, too. Very, very interesting that he's not on a tree right now.
He gets pulled down from the trees with a Warning Rift, and it's going to be an easy kill. At least it was just a support. No Visage, no Luna falling there, but the tier 1 will not be long for the world, as they do not want to contest. SF goes bottom to farm.
Yep, and we also have the pipe completed, so that magic damage is going to be a lot less. Visage is actually quite tanky now. Well, not against physical damage, but against all the spells that are coming through. Now it's the strong timing, though. They have so much mobility on the Radiant. Gotta be careful on the die that it doesn't snowball.
Mind Control doesn't care. He's just going for the default mid lane Tiny build, even though he's playing on the off lane. I'm quite intrigued to see if it's going to bite them in the ass later on at about minute 22, 23, when the Greaves will be ready on the Snapfire as well. Mind Control shows in mid, tries to pull the creeps away, but the Luna will claim the tower easily. Level 13 for PO.
Honestly, this game is in a... I think no matter what happens, until Belarus actually has Aegis, the game can fall out of the hands at any time. I just really feel the lineup is so... It's not squishy, it's just really hard to execute, as I said before. But if they get their hands on the Aegis and a couple of BKBs, then I think they actually have a really tight grasp on this game. They're going for Aegis right now.
They're pinging it, yeah.
I don't know if you can fight it. It's going to be fast.
I think you can fight it if you're ready for it, which clearly Bulgaria isn't. This Roshan will melt in about another 15 seconds or so. They are kind of heading this way under a smoke, but they will not get here on time, and it's going to be way too late. And again, now Aegis, Requiem, Eclipse, Kisses, it's going to be kind of hard, but they've placed some words. PO smoke breaks. Lucent Beam on fail. La Jolla will get spotted by the familiars and he will die. 1, 2, 3, but they're trying to go for more. Mind Control turns around. Wreck Muscle coming in to protect 1J. Now the Kiss is flying in on top of this Tiny who just melts alongside the Buck, who was feared towards his base. And now Belarus have hit their timing. I thought it might be minute 28. It seems to be minute 18, Black, and they just speedrunning. They're going behind the tier 2. They wanted to get on top of Fail, but it's a Weaver. Quite hard to lock him down.
Yeah, absolutely crushing them. Very surprising, honestly. I thought Bulgaria was going to come to this game much hotter, but as we said, Belarus, just like North Macedonia, not to be underestimated.
And you know what I love about this? I love the fact that despite our analysis, Belarus said, okay, yeah, we might have the, on paper, worst draft or like slightly out of meta picks, but we have a game plan. And if our game plan works, we can take over the game. And for now, the game plan's working.
Also going into an Orchid onto the Monkey King, very interesting choice. Yeah, that's one of the problems with Puck also, right? It's just not really a whole lot of damage. Your Tiny doesn't really have a whole lot of damage. Your supports are okay, I guess, but yeah, right now they're just really lacking damage. Oh, Mastermind, he actually jaunted in, blinks out, no problem. That's what you want to do as a Puck now. Cut waves, prolong the game. You gotta get to late game somehow.
I'm gonna predict. I mean, I don't know if we are gonna get to talk to Mind Control anytime in the future, or anyone in the Bulgarian squad, but I predict this Tiny was not meant to be offlane. They had the overall Puck last, and I think they might have wanted to get something else instead for the offlane, until they realized we can't play Tiny into Shadow Fiend, so they were forced to get the Puck and put the Mind Control onto the Tiny, because so far this switcheroo has definitely not worked out in their favor.
Yeah, they kind of drafted themselves into a corner, which, especially if you have last pick, is always a little tough.
Yeah, I keep highlighting how important last pick seems to be in this meta. Not if you get outsmarted by your own overthinking, you know?
I really like this methodical approach.
Yeah, textbook, like tier 2, Tormentor, 10 seconds until minute 20 when Wisdom, they're gonna take that one. Yes, they will lose theirs in exchange, as I believe Fail is camping with the Weaver there. The TPs will come in time, but not in time to stop Fail from taking the rune. Maybe in time to kill him? No, it's 1J alone. He can't do anything. Does he have a dust? I don't even... Yeah, he does. Okay, Fail is on the dust, and now Pro is here on the Shadow Fiend, but Fail is just getting out of there safely. Weaver has his full Spirit Vessel, and you mentioned about the Orchid on the Monkey King. How far is he from having it?
Still a little far off. I mean, not that far, honestly. It's quite a cheap item nowadays.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, but when he has it, he's gonna counter the Puck with it. All the spellcasters, of course.
Puck feels forced to go for a Euroscepter now. Wants to keep himself alive. Oh, I love this from PO. Going for the Black King bar, and I hope, for their sake, that the Shadow Fiend will be heading for it. Yes, that is the way to go. You don't want your Luna to go for BKB and the Shadow Fiend to go for the Ags, because that's going to actually cost you potential timing together. And look at the chain stun in mid. Boundless Strike, Familiar Stun, Mastermind. No chance in hell you got, as he just falls to the offlane and the support combination of Belarus.
Up to 9k lead now. Game's starting to feel very one-sided, actually. We haven't really seen any active plays being made from the Radiant by for quite a while. And I don't really think they can. As we said, they don't have an aura carrier. Fighting into auras when you don't have any just feels almost impossible. And that's kind of the gripe I have with the current patch. Like, you're really forced into this, because if you just don't do it, you can't play. Tiny also with the Phylactery going not into the Kanda straight away.
Well, he can't. If he goes Kanda, they're gonna lose the game. Speaking of losing the game, look a little pleb. Mask of Madness, Dragon form. So bad. You can't get out there. If you had a Greaves, maybe the heal could have been a bit better. Keep you alive after you hop over the Roche Pit and TP out. But Mind Control is there. Sorry, not Mind Control. Yeah, Mind Control is there. So he would have died no matter what. First kill the Bulgaria claims in a long time. But Lil Pleb seems to be the only saving grace on the Bulgarian squad. And I'm going to go on a limb and say that, yes, Lil Pleb is a very experienced and very versatile player that has definitely played Dragon Knight on this patch. But when you're a position 1 carry throughout your, like, I don't know, 15-year career, I would assume you've not spammed 400 games of Dragon Knight.
Nah. Although, personally for me, I love playing Dragon Knight. It's just such an easy hero to play. You just go mid, you stand in their face, you don't care about anything. And he can slot up a lot. He can't blink, slow again. And now the birds are there too, you're gone.
Scatterblast, they're gonna even use the kisses. So Bad said, you killed me once here, we're gonna get what in exchange is gonna be a bigger and a better kill. And I guess what I mean by this Dragon Knight play, it's if Lil Pleb, like last night, oh, what a combo from Pro! Requiem from the shadows, and then Blink double raise Masterminds out. Last night we saw Cancel try to like 1v5 on the Morphling, which is one of these traditional carries you can do this on. I'm not sure you can do the same thing on a Dragon Knight.
Nope. Not against this draft anyways. They have too much small disables with the birds, they have slows, cookies.
Oh, Weaver's dead.
Weaver too. If I can't solve it, there's no way.
Oh, maybe not. Fails might just be safe. Doesn't have enough lock because he went for the Orchid first. I do love the Orchid on the Monkey, but sometimes we see the A-Toss to contain the opponents in the Wukong's command. But Boundless Strike comes off cooldown, and it's going to be the long Shadow Raise from Pro, putting him on a killing spree. I think you can carry with Dragon Knight. Like, I'm going to reiterate what I said during the draft. I think it is more than possible. This hero is a menace with this build. But I think you're way too far behind at minute 25 for that.
Yeah, he still needs another item or two to even be able to chew through all those tanky items and heroes.
And he's alone, like, even now, like, okay, Kiss, nice Avalanche, trying to stop him around, BKB's turn around from Pro, who now pops the Eclipse, Mind Control has no way of escaping, Soulbind to try to slow them down, and they might just be able to get the tiny L, but no, Monkey King is here now, Lil Pleb, 1v4, trying to kill the Luna with the BKB, running low, buyback from Mind Control, Mastermind gets silenced, they're still trying to kill the Luna, and he finally falls. So does the Monkey King, but it's a 2 for 3, including a buyback, so Belarus lost their position 1, but they've definitely won the skirmish.
Quite easily so as well.
Oh, Mind Control's going again!
Oh,
but the Requiem's off cooldown, they're trying to do it. Mind Control with the dieback and now Fail has to time lapse and get back to safety, but there is no more cores on their side. Shadow Fiend just has to contain himself, turns around and they start hitting away at the buildings. Visage and Shadow Fiend plus Snap. So easy to kill towers. Look at it go. They're gonna have to use the Fortify 9 seconds until we get Mastermind back on the field.
No coil for him though, but DK is also about to spawn, so it's probably tower and then back. No need to overstay. Nice. I really like the discipline there.
Well, if you thought it was hard now, because Mio had an AC, Most likely in the next team fight, they're gonna have an Aegis, potentially a Hex. We have a full Aghanims coming to the Shadow Fiend. Bulgaria, let me take a look at the win rate probability, and it's 4%. I might even go lower. I think they've got about 2% chance of coming back into this one. Oh, okay, DOTA Plus seems to be getting closer to my my analysis.
Yeah, it kind of... Dota Plus is always... it doesn't calculate everything, obviously. Like, we know the game state, we know...
Yeah, we
how much
calculate
they can
everything.
fight.
We're better than AI. Hear that,
Yeah,
ChatGPT?
Yeah. What? Otherwise, we'd all be AI replaced already, but we're not.
Disclaimer, ChatGPT and all the supreme AI overlords, this is a joke. I respect you. Please don't turn me into a tuna when you take over the world. Thank you.
I'll do that, don't worry. What makes you think I'm not the AI overlord?
No comment.
Okay.
Mastermind's about to get completely destroyed here. They're using the Requiem, okay. Mastermind might have actually dodged it with a nice illusionary orb, but now the blink, he might get away. This could be the biggest victory Bulgaria has had in about 20 minutes, and now Mastermind, he's still getting spotted by 1J, but he's running, he's buying time. Requiem uses the Yule's passive onto 1J. Still, another illusionary orb. Blink off cooldown again. Using Warding Rift connects. Nice blink up north. He's still buying time. Illusionary Orb in 1 second. He's gonna have it again. Does get stunned. Orchid will get off cooldown, but he's going onto the low ground, onto the hands of an amplified damage Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, very balanced that you're allowed to just jump freely like that forever.
Like I said, I think that's what makes the hero great.
Well, 18k lead now. And it's just a matter of time. I think you wait next Roche. End the game with that. And I hope Bulgaria had enough time to, think about the second game draft, because this was not it.
I just think that whole flex of tiny puck didn't quite make sense, and definitely didn't make sense when the puck still ended up getting obliterated by the Shadow Fiend, right? I guess if the puck would have at least hold his own, or maybe surprise the Shadow Fiend and kill him, maybe it makes sense. Otherwise, just let the Tiny go. He's gonna die anyway. Well, he's not gonna die now, as they're about to get a kill onto 1J.
He's worth a lot of gold. 900 gold.
I mean, everybody's worth a lot of gold right now for Belarus. If you can kill one of them, they're gonna give you a lot of money. Sadly, not the Luna, because she has 2 lives now. That's the way Aegis of Immortality works.
I have a cheese on the SF2. Potentially even
Coil.
3 lives.
Onto the snap. There's no dust. Hello? Hello, guys. Okay, Sentry comes in. It's a bit late, because the whole of Belarus is here, and they're turning around with a perfect Requiem of Souls. Mind Control is out. Fail is dead for 40, and at least the Puck and the Dragonite managed to cut their losses, but now they'll have to hold for 3v5 into Aegis. 30 seconds, no Tiny.
And buildings are going to disappear. Once the tower's gone, the Rex fall even faster. That's how Luna works. Goodbye, Rex. Yeah.
Dragon
We're
Knight.
just waiting for the 2 magical letters. G to the G, baby. Nice Manta Dodge 2. Mid-Rex next.
Final Fortify now. He's doing some damage to the Luna. We know DK can deal damage, but there's not enough lock for him. There's not enough team by his side. And look at the kisses coming in to separate him from defending that final melee racks in mid. But are they gonna do it? They're gonna abandon it? No. Familiars will get the job done in the end. Mio more than happy to claim both the range and the melee, and the Visage gets out. Only a tier 2 stands between Belarus and their attempt at going for the absolute mega creeps. Minute 32.
Last smoke play here in the... See what I can find. Monkey King would be a good first start, but so elusive. Missed Avalanche to start the fight. It's probably the worst
What a
way to
force
start.
stuff.
Alright, nice. Something going the way.
I think that might have been a force staff to actually take mind control away from the Visage.
I think so.
Collaterally got the 1J kill. That's very funny.
I don't think that was planned, yeah.
Mastermind has had a really rough game. Look at his net worth. He's almost getting out-farmed by the opponent's Snapfire. There's a two-man smoke. We've got another Requiem available. They're going to join with PO. They're trying to kill the Luna, but in the end, Mastermind dies in mid. The Aegis has been popped. How far is the Shadow Fiend from helping his teammates? The Requiem is on cooldown because it was used onto the puck, but there's not enough confidence on the Bulgarian side to hang around. And look at the long-range scatter blast, pitch perfect mind control, avalanche toss onto two, but the Hex is there, the raises, Soulbind coming in just in time, the BKB from the Luna, Lil Pleb continues to right click, he's almost killing, but they have no vision. The Luna is sustaining, now she's healing, now she's turning around, and they're all dying to the right clicks. Luna, 1 HP, somehow still alive until Mind Control puts an end to her life, but everybody else on his side seems to falter at their feet. Another Orchid on Mastermind. He needs to get out there, he needs to do something, but will he be able to get out for now? Mind Control does, and so does Mastermind. Buyback from the Luna, but Belarus want to fight. They know there's no Dragonite for a minute.
Yeah, they probably just want to go for Mega Creeps. I mean, as you said, with other Dragonite, there's no chance of defending. Visage plus Luna plus SF. These buildings are going to die in seconds. And as we know, as soon as the tower is gone, your hopes of defending are gone too.
Back from the Weaver, but look at a perfect Bounder Strike onto 3 in the backline while Mind Control was trying to go in the front line. He gets obliterated and they're all falling one by one. Double kill for PO and they're going for more. They want to end them all in their fountain. They don't want to give them any more chance to defend. PO goes for the tier 4s while Pro is taking the final set of racks, and Belarus more than certainly will now guarantee themselves one game in this best of 3, one step closer to qualifying. The Weaver will fall, another Requiem gets pump faked, and in the end, it's gonna be another full team wipe as Belarus has done it in under 35 minutes.
Yeah, well played by them. I think it's bad news for Bulgaria, honestly. Like, their draft was amazing. But honestly, it could also be a thing where we just said we haven't seen these two heroes together for a long time, right? Maybe they haven't seen those heroes together in their own team for a long time also, and they were like, okay, yeah, let's do this and that and everything. And then suddenly they end up with an offlane Tiny, which is less than desirable, as we just... I mean, he had about like 10 CS when the rest of the cores had like 30 each. Pretty... You don't want to put MC in these kind of positions. Like, he's the kind of guy, if you give him a good lane, he can carry a game. Make sure he has a good game, because he's your star player, and you should enable him as much as you can.
Luna has an immortal bracket currently. The highest win rate she has on all of the roles is as a support black. Position 5, the only one she actually has positive win rate. Every other role she has a below 46% win rate, but Belarus made it work, and we're gonna send it to a short break to see if Bulgaria can come up with a concoction plan of coming back and keeping themselves into contention for a qualifying spot. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the IESF European Dota 2 final days of qualifiers. Belarus, Bulgaria at the game on our stream right now. And Belarus coming in hot in game number 1 despite their defeat yesterday in the upper bracket. We thought their mental might not just be up to par with some of the most experienced squads, and we have been proven wrong, Black.
Once again, yeah. Game 1, honestly, was very interesting. They gave away some of the best heroes in the current meta without too much care, and they've proven all of us wrong in terms of them being unbeatable or an unbeatable combination. Tiny Weaver, honestly, they didn't look that strong, individually. It could just be a thing also, as we said, that they haven't played them together in such a long time, and they kind of baited themselves. You pick all these ST heroes together, and you're like, yeah, now we got this and that. But in reality, you have nothing, because there's no combinations with it.
Meanwhile, before we break down what is about to happen in this game too, I'm just going to give you an update to both you and our viewers at home of something sensational that is happening off stream in the other series between Sweden and Turkey. Turkey, right now, Black, is 1 game up versus Sweden.
Honestly, I don't find that super surprising.
Well, they did. It was a bit of a technicality because I believe one of the Swedish players had a few issues. So now for the second game, they're playing 1 game down. They're playing with a stand-in for Bengen, but the big mistake they've done is they've allowed Dingo to play the Ursa. So we've seen how good he is on the Ursa yesterday. He punished my home country of Romania, and now with one game up and everything to play for, Turkey has the complete upper hand, which is not what you predicted. I'm gonna remind you, Black. You said Sweden, Bulgaria, easy peasy. That's what you said.
No, I said 60-40. It's
Okay,
not easy
fine.
peasy. I gave him an
Okay,
advantage, but
fine. That's fair.
so my biggest problem with Sweden is I think they would crush through this competition if they had a carry player. But they're forced to use one of the best support players in the region to then adjust to a carry.
Wait, who's their position one?
Hanskin.
I see. Okay. I understand.
Because
Fine.
like, if you play carry as a support, everybody does that. That transition from a support, you just fight way too much, you farm too little, you don't catch up with the items, and you don't have the same timings that you're supposed to have. Just
Yeah,
because
I
your mindset is
mean,
wrong for the position. It's not your fault, that's just how you play support, but carries don't play like that.
we
You know?
saw that from, I believe, Eki standing in the mid lane as well for Team Poland, and in the end, they also ended up being eliminated by the teams that obviously are heading toward the second game here. Of course, Poland losing to Bulgaria 2-1 earlier in the lower bracket. A lot of big names have been eliminated from this tournament, Black, and that is the beauty of a region such as Europe, right? So many things and so many teams that have potential of not just beating each other but upsetting one another. Of course, that's what happened. We have Poland being eliminated, just running through the teams. Romania, more or less a team that should have done a bit better, but not necessarily. Team Serbia, quite a big surprise that they dropped out so early. Then, of course, Georgia not even making it out of the group stage. Probably one of the teams that we argued should have been top three overall in the qualifier. So a lot of hiccups, you could say, and a lot of teams that were meant to deliver have delivered, such as Greece and Ukraine, who've already qualified.
Yeah. We did allude to that initially though.
Yeah.
When the region started, we did say if there's a region for upsets, it's probably this one. Because in the other regions, we had the favorites crushed, made it super easily, and that's the end of the story. In this region, there's just, I mean, Europe in general just has a lot of really high MMR players. That doesn't necessarily mean they're amazing tournament players or anything, you know? But just individually, they're so skilled that they could easily take a map or even a series off you if you give them the chance to. You give them a good draft, you give them a small advantage early on. These players know how to capitalize on that. Maybe not as good as this tier 1 and tier 2 teams, obviously. They're just a pickup stack. But they'll punish you in any way possible that they learned from all those matchmaking games.
It's a bit of a big change up right now when it comes to Bulgaria. They have banned the Beastmaster last game, which we praised them for doing. This time around, they're not banning it because they have first picks, but they're gonna respect ban the Shadow Fiend and the Monkey King, as they should, I think. Didn't seem too impressed by the Snapfire, which they're gonna still let Belarus pick. But now Belarus find themselves in a position because they banned the support duo of Jakiro Hoodwink. Now they need to ban one and allow Bulgaria pick, well, a crucial one. And that's not what I thought. They're banning out the Brew. I thought they should ban Weaver, Tiny, or Beastmaster.
Beastmaster, I mean, dude, if they don't first pick Beastmaster, they don't.
Do
They
you
open
think
a
it's
Rubik.
because they just defeated Weaver, Tiny, and they're like, oh, we'll let them pick it again?
Maybe they just don't put as much stock into it. Maybe they have like a good sort of way to play around it. You know, like that's the beauty of Dota. Everybody has so many different ideas. Some
I
of
know
them
it's
work,
so early
some
in
of
the
them don't.
draft, Black, but I'm gonna ask you, what are the odds of this being a mind control Rubik mid?
I hope not that high. I
Oh,
don't want
come
to say he was
on.
bad. He played well, but I still feel like, especially Mastermind on the offlane, looked really uncomfortable in that game. Like he was feeding quite hard on the Underlord, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
He had like 5 deaths in what, 6 minutes
Five
or so.
seconds? I'm joking. Okay. It's
I
gonna be
can't
the
believe they don't
Phoenix.
see Beastmaster. I don't know why.
No, neither of these two seems to, well, not necessarily want it, but they're not prioritizing it yet. And we get the Phoenix first pick. Belarus realizing, oh, you guys gonna ban the Snapfire? Okay, thanks for allowing us take one of the best supports. Uh, I mean, not the best support, one of the most consistent supports I would say ever. Like, no matter what, even if it's not the most played or the most banned, Phoenix always makes his way to the meta. Granted, for the most part over the last 6 years, has exclusively been Fly playing it no matter what, but Phoenix always can be a good pick.
For sure. It's very versatile. The biggest weakness it has is level 1 and level 2 isn't very strong.
Mm-hmm.
But once you're level 3 plus, like the hero lanes insanely well. Especially with heroes like Brewmaster that they funnily enough banned out themselves. But yeah,
I
there's
think
lots of strong lane combinations. Obviously, super strong team fight. You got heal. You got huge amounts of damage. The hero just has a lot to offer from the support position.
and he's facets now, obviously, the new additions to him. The Dying Light is so good. I'm actually gonna go on that point, and actually, I think his Dying Light facet and Blinding Sun should be swapped because nobody is picking Hotspot for for the Phoenix. Whereas if you, I mean, Blinding Sun is also very valuable.
Yeah, I mean, the mischance is pretty ridiculous. If you want to trade with the Phoenix, who was already a very strong
Yeah,
trader, you made that even stronger. But both these talents, or innits and facets, make that stronger.
yeah. I
If
mean,
you hit him, he deals more damage to you. And first of all, can you even hit him because there's a lot of mischance on you while your attack speed is slowed? It's super obnoxious.
he's got a fabulously strong facet and a very good innate, and then just a facet that nobody will ever pick unless it gets changed. Do you even know without looking black don't shit? Do you even know what the other facet does?
No, not true.
I think it
Never
does
even seen it.
slightly more damage at the very edge of the sunray, like towards the very top of the sunray. It deals more damage. It's just not doesn't whatever. It's more like a gimmick again. But speaking of gimmicks, the name of the game here seems to be banning out all the tanky or survivable cores. DK out, Ursa out, Doom, and of course the Brewmaster that we mentioned already. Um, Quite strange, I would say, Bulgaria's banning the Ursa, because Ursa is a great way of dealing with the Phoenix usually.
Yeah. And Belarus banned out their Brewmaster, which is usually a very great Phoenix partner. Huh. So they're both banning heroes, which are actually pretty good for them.
I guess Bulgaria banned it because Belarus had first pick in the second phase, so they could have stolen the Ursa here. But Belarus says, well, let us just continue changing the draft up with the Bat Rider. And we've seen quite a few Bat Rider games in this qualifier, for the most part played as a core, and going not for the stoked facet, but for the Sticky Napalm applies tower
Yeah,
damage
Arsonist, I
facet.
think it's called.
Yeah. Very interesting arsonist usage in this tournament. I don't think I've seen it in any of the other tournaments, not even in tier one. So it's interesting, like you said, the meta that the teams are developing here.
It's a lot of bonus damage to buildings. Like I personally haven't seen it until yesterday,
Yeah,
but when Weha played it, he just absolutely melted
it
through
looked good.
buildings. It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. And not Bulgaria with the Weaver. Okay, still not banned out. The Tiny still in the pool. The Beastmaster still there. Beast is very good versus Phoenix and Batrider. I don't know. Mind Control doesn't Mind Control plays Beastmaster, right? He's like a Grandmaster Beast.
Yeah. 100%.
Like the Hawk and the Roar are great versus Batrider, and then you have the Aura for attack speed to kill the Phoenix Egg. Okay, and they're not really they're going for the Sanking, and he's played Sanking off lane, which is the one that we don't like.
He made it work though. He was the only one in fact that made it work.
True, but wasn't that versus like Denmark or Azerbaijan or something like Azerbaijan or something?
It wasn't strongest opposition, but if I trust someone to do it, then it's probably him.
He played it versus no, I think I'm correct. He actually played it versus Denmark or Azerbaijan, who both teams went 1-4 and 0-5 in the groups. So again, I'm just saying, take it with a pinch of salt.
Morphling is back, boys. The draft is not very standard, but I kind of like it so far.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I've been cooking up with Morphling. I know Cancel's the only one that tried to run it as a core. Everybody else is playing this phenomenally annoying Morphling support now. And Cancel almost made it work yesterday. Again, it was kind of a 1v5. But I've cooked up a Morphling strat versus Weaver. You buy Shard, you morph into the Weaver, and then you get the AoE Shikuchi damage splash basically on all the targets. Kind of like the way you use morph to use flak cannon, basically that.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely good. That's also why a reason why they could have picked it, right? I mean, Sanking is also an amazing target to morph into. It's gonna be a strong hero no matter what, and generally, unless you get Caustic Finale bombed, you finally, wow, okay. And now things are coming together here, boy.
If Bulgaria loses, they will be kicking themselves about this Beastmaster, man. They had so many opportunities to pick it themselves. I mean, I'm leaning back in my chair. I feel so deflated by that. Maybe they want to play one more game. I don't know. Yes, if Bulgaria does lose this series, they will have one final chance facing the loser between Turkey and Sweden. But right now, I mean, yes, you've got Sanking, which has definitely made his way up the ranks in the recent week, becoming one of the favorite heroes, especially for the mid lane. But you're playing this into a beast. I don't know. Okay, CK, but that. This also means you revealed your Weaver will be support again.
And it's not that good against Beast or Phoenix.
He's quite good versus Morphling, I guess, and versus Bat.
Yeah.
And I think CK is actually quite strong. I think after the Ursa, after Ursa Weaver, maybe CK is still probably one of the best position ones. It's so hard to talk about this black because we live in such an interesting time in Dota right now where the position one doesn't matter as much as it has in the past. It's an odd thing to say, but does feel like it's the game of the off lane, sometimes the mid lane. And the position one, you can pretty much have whatever. Like we've seen stuff like PA or Medusas even make appearances and win games. Whereas off lane mid seem to be where all the contest during the draft matters.
Yeah. Uh, wait. Wait. I gotta check something real. So, Beastmaster, okay,
Yes.
Morphling.
Yeah.
I'm just doing some 5-head thing.
Okay. Let
Calculating
him
the win
cook.
chance right now. Okay, let me cook. You entertain the viewers for a while. I'm cooking.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say if Morphling gets a shard, an Aghanim Scepter, sorry, and he turns into the Beastmaster, that means we're gonna have double drums of Slum. I've never seen that, but I feel like that sounds broken. Again, I'm just fantasizing here. We're probably not gonna get an Axe on the Morphling unless we go minute 80 or something like that. But I think that would be an interesting strat to try in a pub. Banning out the Pangolier and the Keeper of the Light from Belarus tells me that they don't want to actually get run over, which is fine. You have a Morphling that he needs space. Also, quite good ways, good heroes of dealing with a Bat Rider mid. Assuming this is a Bat Rider mid, for all we can know, this could be a position 5 Bat and Belarus flexes with the overall last pick and picks something else for mid lane.
Very possible. I have finished my dish. I came up with a
German sausage.
71.52% win rate for Belarus.
Is this you trying to prove to me that you are an AI?
No. Just wait and see. Visage again. No. This time for the other team.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna say Visage is not great against Phoenix or Bad Rider or Beastmaster,
One more thing.
but you can build a pipe. That's something. Oy.
Visage won last game. Visage won Belarus the game last time around. Let's see if Mastermind Mid. It could be mind control mid on the Sanking and Mastermind offlane Visage. I think I would actually prefer that. No? I think that sounds slightly better to me. You have Mastermind versus a Morphling who is at some point gonna get agi very, very low, and maybe your nukes can catch him by surprise from the fog of war. Because otherwise, I think Visage Lesh is just a one-way victory for Belarus in mid, right?
Yeah, it could just be that they want to prioritize the fast 6 and then gank the Lash, which is
Okay.
possible. But yeah, it's not easy. Not easy to... Oh. I don't know, honestly, why they picked the Visage. If they want to put it mid. I think there's better options.
There were a lot of mid bans there. There was the Ember ban, the Storm ban. I would have liked to see a Void Spirit here actually for Bulgaria. I think Void Spirit would have been quite nice. Gets the AoE silence. Silence is one of those tools that you easily deal with the Morphling. Then you have double silence, so even after he uses Manta for the Dispel, you silence him again. But it's gonna be Mastermind on the Visage. Let's see where he's going to be taking this hero as we are heading into the second game of this qualifying lower bracket match with Belarus one victory away from qualifying to the World Esports Championships.
And what a lineup it would be to do it with. Morphling, Leshak I haven't seen for quite a while, to be honest.
Okay.
He's it's a strong hero, but yeah, we just haven't really seen him too much lately, have we?
I think he's very good at dealing with CK, Visage, maybe even Weaver.
It's a strong hero, I believe, still. It just really depends. It has always been a snowball hero, and he still is a snowball hero. So giving him an easy lane might be a little scary.
Can mind control carry from this Sanking offlane? That might actually be the biggest question for me, and they will most likely send him bottom. We're not quite sure yet, but mind control, I guess, if you have Rubik Sanking, it works in a similar manner that I wanted to Visage. If you catch Morph by surprise, you can just burst him with if you kill a few creeps close to each other with a caustic finale.
You can, but that's like the only way he can die there. That's what I'm saying. If he's careful about that, that should not happen. Because you know he's gonna go for
Stinger. It's the Stinger facet, not the caustic finale. It replaces the caustic finale. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I didn't even know it was called Stinger now.
Yeah, I can't wait to cast a game where Stinger plays and he's with a Sanking and Stinger has Stinger.
That stings.
If you could choose an item in Dota to be named after the U Black, what would that item do?
Black King Bar.
Okay. But you're already a king. Shouldn't the item be called Black Bar?
I mean, I'm a king, and it's my bar.
Yeah, but it's not Black King's Bar. Or is it? No, it's Black King. Wait, what is it called? BKB.
It's called Black King Bar. Yeah.
Is it Black King Bar or Black King's Bar?
Black King Bar.
Black King Bar. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know how they came up with that name.
Yeah, the bars, because if it was Black King's Bar, the black doesn't need to be black. The bar doesn't need to be black. But if it's Black King Bar, that means the bar is black. Anyway. That doesn't make sense. Because if it was the Black King's Bar, then it can be whatever color and the king is black, correct? But if the Black King Bar is just a bar, the bar should be black, not yellow.
Yes. Sure. I agree. I think.
Well, let me know in the chat. Put this on Reddit. Let me know if I'm onto something, if I'm cooking. If we should add an S to the item. Or not, as La Jolla is gonna die. Oh, nice stun. But is it gonna be sufficient? Pio will have another lightning strike, but nice fairy fire. One more right click, and he does survive. Meanwhile, up top, I can't say the same thing about Phaelus, who's gonna die to open up the map from Belarus 1J. collecting the kill onto the Bat Rider, similar to what we were talking about with Monkey King last game. Bat is another one of these position 4s that loves getting influx of gold from kills.
That is already a great start for the Bat Rider, as you said. Here it absolutely loves becoming rich early. It's a little bit of a scary one for Bulgaria. Already 1k down in 1 minute. That's kind of ridiculous. And the lanes are not going to get easier. That's the problem.
Yeah, you've got a Rubik, man. Again, as a position 4, one of the things I've realized recently that has allowed me to... Oh, never mind. As I realized that Mind Control might just suffer a bit of HP control from his opponents, and he's going to get out for safety. But is La Jolla going to have the same amount of success? Fire Spirit does connect, and yes, he will be alive, but down to 150. No more tangos, has to buy a salve. And, wait, what? I mean, I know we've been costing this game for like 3 minutes, Black, but it's only now I realize we're actually watching a position 1 Leshrac in the mid lane Morphling.
Oh, you just noticed that?
Oh yeah, that's natural. Yeah, it's a Leshrac bottom, of course. I didn't even question what was happening mid.
I mean, we've seen it a couple of times before. Yeah, Morphling middle is super good against Visage. Visage doesn't really have any way to pressure a Morphling. Whereas bot lane, yeah, he actually could have died bot lane.
Oh, to pressure or to pleasure the Morphling?
Pressure.
Uh-huh. Okay. A little pleb is dead. That's what I can say about that. That's kind of what happens when you're running a melee core into the Beastmaster and your position 5 has no stun. I'm testing for the Lotus bottom. PO, nice telekinesis up. He's gonna allow Mind Control to get it. And he will have the Lotus. Nice sidestep as well. Earth Splitter doesn't connect with La Jolla. And we're witnessing 2 battles bottom. Then I don't think Bulgaria's winning either of those. And La Jolla will have to tank this from PO. Mind Control does come in. Trying to get up close. Pops the Lotus Orb. Not the Lotus Orb. The Lotus from the pool. Healing. And now dead. Up top. The Bat Rider will also sacrifice himself for Lil Pleb's life on the CK. Team Bulgaria, 4 kills down, Black, 2k gold lead. I gotta ask you, okay? We know they are the more experienced team, but do you think this might just be a complete, like, mental advantage that Belarus has over them?
It could be. Like, losing like they did in game 1 never feels good. Oh, there's a rotation coming in from Bat Rider too, but I don't think they can kill him. Can they? A lot of damage.
They can dive here.
No waveform available.
Oh, okay. I thought they have the waveform.
I just waved into farm. Greedy whore.
Oh, I love this. 1 HP, water rune, full HP. This is cool. Yeah. Balanced in all things.
As it should be.
How is Fail level 4 on the Weaver? He died first.
How are they supposed to lane bottom?
No. Look at the last hits. Look at the last hits. How does Fail have the same amounts of last hits almost as Lil Pleb?
Because Lil Pleb died.
But so did Fail.
Yeah, but he died after.
Ah, I see, okay.
Yeah. So when all the creeps were under the tower, that's when CK died.
Well, it's never great when your position 5 has more last hits than your offlaner, is it?
Yeah, they're already in a tough spot. And even draft-wise, they're in a tough spot as well, as I would argue.
Yeah, you said that they drafted themselves into a corner in game 1. I think if that was in the corner, they have drafted themselves outside the building this time around. And okay, 1J will overstep and will allow Lil Pleb to get the kill there with the help of Fail. But now Miao might be punished for this. No, it doesn't matter. So bad is actually so good with his rotation, coming around to assist and collect the kill onto Lil Pleb. And now a couple of Fire Spirits. Even the Sunray gonna get both of them.
No way, man.
The Phoenix does fall, but who cares? What a flawless rotation from the Phoenix.
Yeah, you also have to remember Phoenix died after everyone was dead already, so there's 0 XP gain for the Dire again.
Okay,
Nothing going their way.
He's not gonna get on top of him. He's getting slowed by the boar and stunned by the hawk, and now mind control bottom is gonna fall.
Looking real bad.
Okay, Meow really overstayed his welcome. After you got out with like 80 HP from a CK, you gotta heal up. Yeah, you gotta heal up. You can't just do that, right?
A little bit cocky, a little bit greedy. Perhaps feeling himself a little bit too much.
And so bad brought him a salve. It's not like he went to die on purpose to reset. He had a salve on the Phoenix, and the Phoenix doesn't need a salve because he's got Tranquil Boots. So he definitely was bringing it for the beast. You know, I mean, I know this as a support. The cores are always greedy. And when they're always greedy, they tend to make mistakes.
Well, at least he comes back with full mana and full health, right? Weaver's almost level 6 now. So much more farm levels than a CK.
And 1J stealing mind controls farms with the Bat Rider. That's gonna be rough. At least La Jolla. Fade Bolt, Fade Bolt, Fade Bolt, Fade Bolt! La Jolla! Finally, okay, it's gonna get just a single creep, but could have gotten like 3 or 4 there if you used it a couple of seconds earlier. A bit of a technical pause as Belarus will get back on track in just a moment. So far, so bad if you're a Bulgarian fan. I gotta say, this has not been the start that they would have wanted. Definitely not with a lineup that's running Weaver, Visage, Sanking. And I think it's also a bit of a mistake on their part because their 2 supports are very greedy.
Yeah, insanely greedy. I agree with that completely. Honestly, finding a way back into this game is going to be tough. But Bulgaria's done it yesterday, so they've definitely proved that they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They were, what, 13, 14, 15, something like that, K down. And yeah. We'll see if they can do it again here or not.
1J didn't reconnect. He's not the one disconnected, but he does die to Mastermind, who Mastermind has, well, the best game on Bulgaria's side, and definitely a much better start than he had on the puck.
Which he needs as well. At least they're finally slowly getting back into the game again. A little bit of kills. Kills are always worth a lot when you're behind an experience like that. So that is good for them at least.
We're speedrunning an Aghanim Scepter here. Speaking of speedrunning, I think 1J was trying to speedrun a death for himself, but oh, so bad is here as well. PO, no more stun. It's not gonna matter. They're just gonna use the roar for safety to take out this Chaos Knight. But yes, you managed to kill the position 1. You rotated 4 players up top, which allows Mind Control to farm all this time during the Dire Triangle. And still, Lil Pleb got a kill and a bit of an XP boost before he died. So I don't think that was the best engagement from Belarus.
No, certainly not. They're definitely giving away quite a bit of the lead that they had early. And it can get very scary if you do that against a team like Bulgaria, as we said.
What is the build-up you want to see on the Sand King Black?
Build-up I want to see on the Sand King... I think I want to see him get a decently fast blink. Like, he will have to be the guy making the plays for his team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, get a fast blink, try to get some nice stuns, some nice eppies off potentially. He's actually on Bloodstone first. Okay.
It's the mid lane build.
We see it a lot from the mid Sand King, but not from offlane. Usually the offlane wants to be Aura or Initiate.
He did it last time as well when he played. One of the things that I feel like they do it in Tier 1 Dota, but they don't really do it in the European qualifiers, is Sand King finishing an Aghanim Scepter at some point. I feel like all the Sand Kings we've seen in this tournament have just never gone back for the Ags. Never.
Yeah, I feel in the offlane it's a little bit harder to get through also.
Okay.
But I mean, to begin with, I don't like this Bloodstone build from the offlane either. It feels very mid to me. You know, it's like a mid item build. I don't know why you would do it on offlane. Like, who's gonna initiate for them?
Reality Rift CK?
Well, yeah, CK is having a rough game already, so I hope you're not gonna rely on him to do too much.
Well, I know. I was trying to find an answer for you. I'm just trying to see what's Mind Control been playing lately. So, oh my god, okay, maybe I shouldn't have looked at this because that's depressing. He has played a lot of Sanking games in the last few weeks, but he's not been too successful. He's got a 36% win rate with the hero.
And it's not the highest.
That's the opposite of the highest. I'm gonna, like I said, I probably shouldn't have looked there. But let me. This is quite a funny stat actually. He's got a 36% win rate with Sanking and 66 with Darks here. So if you combine them two, it's almost 100%. Quick maths.
Quick lasso also.
You know what quick maths this will be here? It's gonna be -1.
Good night.
That's a great voice line. You killed Sanking with the stinger, and you're gonna pop in the chat, this is gonna sting. That is good.
I don't know if that was planned, to be honest.
Well, probably not, but, you know, we gotta make the most out of it. They're going on to a pros Morphling, and they're not going on it anymore, and that's finished smoke. Okay. Team Bulgaria doing what they can, I guess. At least La Jolla will get the, you know, he'll go into strength fully for the rest of the game. He'll be way more beefy than a normal Rubik.
Or maybe that's Rubik's fully powered version, and that should be the standard. Just like in the comic.
I like that fail. Sorry for ignoring that comment. I like that fail win for the Spirit Vessel. I think that's very much needed, especially when you're playing into a Morphling. But the problem is, you've got 3 targets that I feel like you should throw the Spirit Vessel on. Both the Lesh, the Morph, and the Beastmaster when he gets the Ags are so survivable and so self-healable.
Yeah, you're also gonna have a Dispel on all of those at some point, so you better be getting invested quickly, making good use of it.
Nice telekinesis from La Jolla. He's buying a lot of time, and now the Familiars with a perfect landing. Oh, they're gonna turn around, and they're gonna get fail with the Roar. Only a position 5, though. If the Familiars can stay alive, it could be a bit of a good escape from Bulgaria. Mio is keep chasing, but the nuke stolen from La Jolla. The Visage himself are gonna stop any pursuits there.
But then again, 4K lead. Honestly, it's good for Bulgaria that they managed to stop the bleeding early on. Because if they hadn't, they would be behind a whole lot more at this point.
Yeah, but look at their farm, or lack of. It's
Yeah, I'm scared for little pleb. As I said, getting back into the game as a CK is not going to be easy.
Yeah, you need to dominate your lane mostly when you're playing CK, but you can't really dominate when you're playing into a Beastmaster.
Well, they knew what they're getting into.
It's minute 14 and he's almost halfway through the blink on top of the Aghanim Scepter. I hate this hero with a passion. Look at him, he's stacking for himself with a boar. At least he missed the stack. At least. That is one upside, I guess, downside. Is that an upside or a downside? It's a downside for the Beastmaster, yeah.
But an upside for you.
Is this Morphling... What? Is he rushing Octarine? No, he's got a Gloves of Haste. Wait. What is this build-up on the Morphling? Let's break this down for a second. What is happening? Okay, he's gonna sell... No, you can't disassemble Arcane anymore. You don't use an energy booster for it. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Well,
Please enlighten me.
I think we let him cook, and we'll see what he does. Because I'm also not sure.
I mean, he's queued up a Octarine? Yules? That's an Octarine, right? Not a Bloodstone as well.
Yeah, certainly looks like that.
So then what's the Gloves of Haste? Does he have a Midas on the Courier? Is that...
I also hope that's not the case.
He's going for the Alchemist build. He's getting Midas Octarine so he can use the Midas more often. Like, also, how is this guy just solo killing the Roche? Okay, the Phoenix is throwing some Fire Spirit, so the attack speed is even more reduced. But my goodness, that was
Hey,
a minute
Beastmaster, man.
15. Yeah, this is... like I said, if Bulgaria somehow doesn't make it to Riyadh, they will be looking back at this game for a long, long time. And not why they didn't pick the Beast when they had so many opportunities to either pick it or ban it.
Yeah, but we did say they will have a second life no matter what.
Yeah, but imagine they lose that too.
Well, I hope they just pick up and Beastmaster then. Lesson learned.
They're trying to set up on PO here. This would be a massive kill as the Aegis was obviously not picked up by the Leshraki. They could kill him if they could bring in Mind Control over, but Mind Control doesn't want to be any part of this actually. He continues to farm up in the Mighty Mines up top, whereas Belarus is the one that wants to put the pedal to the metal. Under the smoke, they want to go... He's actually continuing to purchase parts of the Soul Booster. I'm so confused. Did he just get the Glove of Haste for extra attack speed so he can farm slightly faster?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty value item for the gold it costs.
But you've got the Inner Beast Aura anyway, right? That's still active to your teammates, right?
Yeah, but he's not always around the morph.
Okay. This might be one of the strangest Morphling builds I've ever casted in my life.
Yeah, don't worry, Beastmaster is gonna make sure that he wins and
Yeah.
be up there on Pro Tracker.
Is that like a statement from Belarus? They're like, oh yeah, Morphling can just build whatever and we're gonna win because we have Beastmaster. Valve, please nerf.
Well, maybe we can ask them when we meet them in Riyadh.
Okay, pros chasing Mind Control. There's a lot of sand here up top, but I actually think the sanking is the slightly better sanking between him and the Morphling. Sadly, he's not just in a 1v1 as the lasso comes in, pulling him out of the sandstorm, and Lil Pleb does arrive, but Mind Control will die in the process. The Morphling is still alive. He's gonna start talking. The Beastmaster arrives with the roar. But still, the damage is coming in from the nukes of the supports. Mastermind as well, doing a lot of good jobs with the Soul Assumption. Perfect stun, and it's gonna be a 3-4-3, but Beast is 1v5ing everybody now. He's slowed down, he's vesseled, and Bulgaria's trying to cut their losses. Fail, what are you doing? Why are you going back in? Time lapse. And run out.
Why does he have Aegis on beat? Oh, nice stun. Rather than Morphling. If Morphling had that Aegis, they would have crushed that fight even harder.
Yeah, but Morphling has no items.
Yeah, but I would just think Beastmaster is very hard to kill anyways.
Bulgaria doing the right things though. I thought that was going to be an absolute disaster when the Beastmaster showed up. They somehow managed to equally trade. And when you are behind and also playing into Aegis, equally trading is favorable for you as you're buying time from the Aegis. Sadly, Mind Control is about to get caught here, but he's the one actually going aggressive on Meow. He's going to pop the Epicenter, and he wants to kill his second life, but we have a Bloodstone on both the Sanking and the Leshrac. The Telekinesis actually brings the Leshrac closer, killing Mind Control, finally with a Force Staff to take him out to safety. Now Reality Rift, and the Chaos Ball damages so much. Rubik with a stolen stun, but Pro turning into a Sanking. There's so many stuns coming left, right, and center, but now the Lasso, Lil Pleb put back in, and it's gonna be the carry falling. They're trying to go for more, but I think Mastermind should be able to go back to safety.
Good night, my friend. 7k lead now. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Did you notice what happened? Octarine is completed, by the way, for the Morphling. Win rate probability, as predicted, towards Belarus. I like that we have a double Burrow Strikes for the Radiant side, for the Dire side. We've got the Sanking Burrow Strike. Pro constantly turns into the Sanking and the Rubik steals it. So there have been multiple moments when we've seen triple Burrow Strikes happening in a team fight. It's actually quite entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually when you have a Morphling and a Rubik in the game. That's why I love seeing Rubik all the time. That's why I love playing Rubik. It's just really fun.
Lil Pleb seems to feel the need to go for a Manta style here, and I think he does need it, but I also feel like he needs a BKB Lincolns.
He needs a lot of items, yeah.
Look at Meow. He does have the BKB for himself. For 13.5k net worth at minute 20. This hero, man, is on a completely different level to everything else we have on the server right now.
As always, though. That's the thing. We always see this, but people just don't respect it at all.
I also gotta add, I love this little touch from Pio, going for the Philosopher's Stone on the Leshrac. It's not an item you often see on position 1s, but Leshrac doesn't want to right-click. He just wants to farm, to deal nuke magic damage, and get gold, which the Phylactery is pretty good for. Look at the sidestep. The Radiant does expect him, but oh, at the very last second, the scan does catch him, and Meow just goes head first into a roar, but now gets pulled up in the air, the pipe turns around, but the BKB is there, and they need to cut their losses. They're trying to run out there. The Supernova comes in on top of the Beastmaster, but somehow Bulgaria seems to be able to get out. The Butter Strike connects from Pro, morphed into Mind Control, who is now getting Spirit Vessel. Bloodstone is not going to get a job done, and Mind Control will be the first casualty from Bulgaria. Lasso in the front line as the Visage will not be able to get a single kill. Lil Pleb does commit and kind of kills the biggest target on the map. Fail. La Jolla trying their best to do the job done, but they're separated.
The god right now.
Yeah, this is... Can they kill one J at least? Fail. One more right click wants to get the job done. Another Borrow Strike from the Morphling on top of Fail's Weaver. La Jolla Telekinesis will not keep himself alive for much longer, and he will fall. 1, 2, 3. No. That was his Strength Morph. Still alive, but the Spirit Vessel and the second Adaptive Strike coming through. Team wipe.
Yeah, Lash is... And we said, you know, Beastmaster, king of the server. Very true, but they have another hero that does literally exactly what Beastmaster does.
Yeah.
And you can't kill both of them. Gotta focus one of them. When you do, the other one is just gonna run you over. It's a very tough spot now for Bulgaria to be in. Like, CK is so hard countered. Getting any sort of damage done for him is incredibly difficult.
I know we've been talking a little bit about this, and I've heard you and BCOP also mention this. This might have been the perfect Ancient Apparition game. Countering the both blood Aghanim's on the Beast, the Bloodstone on the Lash, and of course the Morphling himself. This could have been a really good AA game.
I mean, we know it's an incredible... Oh, you look at the...
Oh, nice Fakeroonie from Pleb. Meow only roaring the Phantasm Illusion, but the lasso will not miss. A nice stolen lasso from the Rubik, but they both just melt to the magic damage of the Leshrac, and now they're trying to go for more. 1J also surviving despite all the damage. Mind Control was trying to get on top of the Phoenix, but the Supernova turned around, and he will be the next to fall as the Bloodstone comes through a bit too late. He was vesseled up. He was spotted and killed.
Do we say congratulations already, or is it a little bit premature? Because they're absolutely crushing Bulgaria right now. Front, back, center. No chance at all. Every play they make, they just read it. They know how to react properly, and at this point, the Leshrac is so farmed.
I'm so happy to see this from Belarus. One of the two teams that we both were talking offline that we think they really deserve making it to Riyadh. Sadly, the other one, North Macedonia, faltered last night to Bulgaria, but now Belarus sort of getting the poetic justice revenge for them, as they're very, very close, Black. They're very close to making it.
Yeah, 14k up in 24 minutes. I think it's almost time to get Roshan, and then post Roshan, it's time to end the game.
I can find another easy pick'em skill on Fail, who's trying to be pestering and cut the waves and, you know, deal some damage to the creeps, but he gets caught again. As now that's going to put Belarus at 28 kills. Looking at the scoreboard, 0-7 for Mind Control, sanking 1-8 for the Chaos Knight of Lil Pleb. Not a good look at all for the course of Bulgaria.
Yeah, they've been struggling since the very beginning of the game. haven't really found any way back into the game to find their footing. And yeah, obviously it just gets harder and harder and harder. I'm picking CK into these heroes. I know CK is a very strong hero, but it kind of feels like a first pick CK, even though it really wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you called it the moment. The moment we saw it in the draft, Black. Let's be realistic here. You were upfront about the fact you didn't think this was a good solution to what Belarus had already shown, and it wasn't even also a last pick, which allowed Belarus to get even more heroes that can deal with him. Wait, he still didn't get Roche. What?
Yeah, this could be a way they lose the game, actually. Or make a comeback happen. They win a team fight here, then get Roshan. There's a way back in, but I think they also realized that, and now it's Roche time. That's right, control the top area, control the Roche, that's what they need to do.
Lil Pleb about to have his Manta style, if that's gonna make any difference.
More illusions to the gutter. To the grinder.
I think like they need to contest Roshan, but they don't have the tools for it. You're gonna go Roshan, you're gonna use Epic Center Barrow Strike, and then you're gonna get roared at the Supernova that's gonna destroy you all.
This morph build is not legit, by the way. It is not legit. He isn't doing anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't do this in my pubs. You can do it in your pubs, but as long as you don't see wax in there, that's fine. If you see me in your pubs, I don't ever want to see an Octarine use Kaya in my games. Please, for the love of mankind.
I don't know why I thought, like... I like it when people cook up builds, but... I don't know, there's too many spices in there, man.
He let the kitchen burn, let's be honest. He's not cooking in the kitchen, my friend. This is like the barbecue.
Like a camping van.
This is a vegan barbecue. Oh, man. Nothing wrong with being vegan, of course.
I mean, you say it's a vegan barbecue because a barbecue cooks
usually
meat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Although I would have some nice potatoes on the barbecue. I think like roast potatoes, they're kind of cool. And some halloumi. Is cheese vegan? I don't know.
I don't think so. I have no clue.
Okay, blink forward. The Batrider does get caught, does have a Yule Scepter. Can they kill him in time? The Supernova's going in very deep, and now they're gonna have the magic damage. The Bat will fall, but the egg will pop, and Mind Control will get stunned. Can he survive for much longer? The answer is no! As they're going for more, even deeper, the Leshrac blinks himself forward. He wants to kill the Weaver, but Lil Pleb throws in Chaos Bolt. The Aegis is this time not on the Morphling, who just goes in deep, just outside the fountain, allowing La Jolla to get a double kill. Getting it with the Fade Bolt. They're TPing up front. They do have an Aegis on the Leshrac. The buyback coming in from Fail. Mind Control still holding onto his own.
Lesh is tanky. He has an Aegis too, but if he dies once... Yeah.
Oh, he has the Nihilism, and the Weaver will go for the dieback. Lil Pleb really wants to kill this Phoenix, and he's gonna get it now. Mind Control with the buyback, but Lil Pleb, he doesn't have a BKB. He's getting Spirit Vessel. Nice stuns from the Familiars. They're trying to use it one by one. Now the Beast is alone for a couple seconds. Can you kill him before the Lesh is back? The answer is yes. Now Leshrac in the epicenter has to use the Lotus, has to use the Nihilism, has to use everything he has in his arsenal. He wants to go for the Chaos Knight kill and maybe an escape. Will he get out? And I think he did. But Bulgaria, they've managed to survive.
I don't know what Morphin was doing inside the fountain, almost. He's looking for a lasso, or it could be a genius play. But there's also Rubik waiting. Set up, they're gonna go on the tank. Yeah.
They're gonna get Mind Control, and the lasso is stolen.
Oh, he lassoed himself!
Stunned, but they're trying to get out of there. The Nihilism comes through again, but 1J falls to the damage. Magic from both the Visage and the Rubik. Now Mind Control with the Bloodstone tries to run away with the tail between his sandy legs. He does get out. Batrider dies again. Wait, what do you mean Morph was trying to lasso? Morphling doesn't have axe, does he?
I didn't say Morph. I said Rubik lassoed himself.
No. Previous team fight, you said what was Morphling doing in the fountain?
Yeah.
And then he did not get lassoed. He waveformed forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know why he waved into the fountain. Yeah. He had no business there, and that's kind of why the entire team fight went sour. I really don't know what their build is.
I mean, he's got Sanj and Kaya. If that does anything, he's now going back for the Kanda, but he also has an Aetherlands quick bite. I don't know. Is this like some sort of challenge? Like, you know, you have a night out with your friends and they challenge you in your next pro game that is very important for you to making qualification to the World Championship, play a funky build?
It might just be one of those DOTA challenges, you know. And I deal 50,000 damage with the Adaptive Strike or something.
Oh, you think he got the battle pass before everybody else?
Yeah, probably.
This looks like a Queen of Pain build, honestly. Like, if this was a Queen of Pain, you know, Octarine, Yule, Sanj, and Kaya, not ideal, but better than a Morphling.
Oh. As I said, I'm a big supporter of new builds, but they gotta make sense.
Still, 16k gold ahead. Morphling, despite his dubious approach to this game. He's still third in net worth and now turns into Sanking. In, out, Spirit Vessel, and the Yule Scepter will come in. He's not using it yet. He's trying to right click out.
You get Force Strike to the Rubik again.
He's done.
He's actually...
Yeah, he has. He did, yes. Miao jumping in. He says, okay, let's stop the shenanigans. I am the Beastmaster and I am the Kingmaster, coming in hot, going in on top of 4 heroes, killing 1. Mind Control wants to TP out, but that is a wishful dream as Pio gets a triple kill.
Yeah, Agent Pro. He can't quite do it. His teammates are like, no. Stop that. We still got this game.
Okay, let me cook. Do you think that's actually BZM playing for Belarus?
It could be.
No,
honestly.
it couldn't. Of course it couldn't. It's a joke, guys.
Yes, it's a joke. I think everybody got that.
Well, I don't even know, right? It's 2024. You gotta be extra careful with this type of... I'm not the best comedian, right? I don't know if my punchlines land or not. But you know what I do know does land? It's this Leshrac nuke on the range racks. The boy Diabolic Edict just melting through this barracks.
Yeah, just let him do it slowly. Morphing is back up. He's probably gonna hopefully come back to the fight soon. Another easy Rex. Keepstick also picked up on Lash. Incredibly tanky. Lots of mana. What do you do? What do you do?
You hope the Morphling thinks he's a Doom and starts selling his items?
Yeah. And then suddenly we discover a new bug that items sold by Morphling at minute 33:22 give like 10 times the gold for some random bug reason.
Yeah, and they give the gold to the opponent's team.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That works too.
Yeah. Did you get cheese when that was in the game? The Meepo selling thingy?
Oh, as soon as I discovered it, I stopped playing. Because I knew everyone was going to do it.
I discovered it... Well, I had to pay MMR to discover it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think most people did.
This is very tragic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as I noticed it, I was like, I'm out.
Bro, it was minute 3. And we were like, oh yeah, we're cruising. And then a Naga shows up with like 5 items. And I was like, what am I watching? Yeah, that was a sad day in my life.
You remember the bug with the OD? It's very similar. Like, if you sell items while you're banished, you get like... You get the gold, but they don't get sold. Everybody was abusing that. Yeah, we had a couple of funky ones.
Okay, well, funky is what I could actually say about the performance of some players in this game, including the Morphling, but he's on the winning side, Black. So does it really matter if you're winning?
Certainly it matters, yes.
No, it doesn't. Come on. And
Well,
now he's going for the classic build now. He's got almost got the Kanda.
It doesn't make a classic.
Well, okay. What do you want him to get? Aetherlands?
He's going to do that, apparently.
Oh my god, they're gonna get him again, but he does still have the cheese and the Yule Scepter, but he doesn't have anything to escape. And now the BKB TP out from 1J. Wow, I didn't even see the Bat Rider get that BKB. But this is minute 35, and all heroes on the map have over 10k net worth. Meanwhile, Fails spots PO, but the team is quite far, and they can't catch up with the Slash Rack.
I really don't know what the Morph is thinking still. I'm really trying to get into his head, but I can't.
Look at this Aghanim's visage just spotting everybody, but for now he's lucky there's no gem. Oh, there is! 1J just blinks ahead on top of him and he spots him, and now that's gonna be a perfect flame break, but everybody's getting lassoed because that is a Lotus. But look at the Phoenix, pitch perfect supernova, and 2 of the cores are dead. The 3rd will follow as the Roar has arrived, and Lil Pleb gets eliminated from the server. 1.5 minutes, no position 1 minute, no cores. Miao goes ahead. The Glimmer from La Jolla, but the Flame Break pushes him back. The gem is there, and I don't think the Rubik will get out to safety. The Hex is also in. The backline onto the Weaver. La Jolla does get a kill for his efforts, but fail. Tries to buy some time. Tries to steal some spells. Wild axes thrown around. Can you hold only with the 2 supports?
It seems unlikely, but maybe with some divine intervention it's possible.
Fails. He does have to buy back now. Also, Mind Control is enough money to invest in this one, but will opt against doing so. 3 versus 4 would be a very tough hold, so they will be trying their luck in about 10 seconds, maybe, with the Visages here. But Mio, who has the Roar again, level 24, almost 25. He's playing behind the barracks. He wants to claim this Mega Creeps. He wants to put the foot into Riyadh. Final Fortify, standing between them and achieving their dreams. Mind Control dealing a good damage, but now he gets instantly hexed. The jam is there. Sandre and Mind Control's out for 70 instantly buybacks. Now they're trying to turn around. Neo, level 25, still has the Roar. BKB available as well. Nihilism at the front of the team fight to separate them from this melee racks. Lil Pleb jumping in, no BKB, gets roared, and he's gonna get blown out of the water, no buyback, and he's dead for 85. Mind Control, he gets exploded again. That is a dieback. The Visage alone, 1 versus 2 in the course. He's gonna fall. The Phoenix even gets out of there for a while longer. He will fall, but it doesn't matter, as Belarus has made it. They've qualified to the World Esports Championships.
Yeah, big congratulations to them. They really deserve it. The writing has been on the wall for quite a while, unfortunately. But yeah, well done. Nice draft. I still can't believe they gave the Beastmaster away like that. They'll definitely regret that. And hopefully they'll pick it themselves next time. I don't know why neither of these teams first picked that dude. It did so much work against this game. It always does when we see it. Like, literally just pick it.
I'm theory crafting here. Do you think there's a chance there was like a gentleman's agreement to not pick it, and Belarus said, yeah, we don't care about that? I mean, it's so questionable, like you said, to completely ignore it. And let's say you've overlooked it during the first ban phase. You've overlooked it during the pick phase, first pick phase. But then the second time around? Come on, how much value can you put on some of these heroes? And I'm glad we got to see Visage lose this time around, because I didn't want people to make a good impression of the hero only on the back of that great stat strategy from Belarus in game 1. Believe me, Visage is not a great hero at this current moment in time. We saw Mastermind, he won his mid lane, but then he didn't do what other mid laners do in the current patch. You know, you get an Ember, you get a Void Spirit, you even get a Shadow Fiend mid, and they take over the game. This Visage didn't achieve anything.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really achieve much is the thing.
Yeah.
It's, as you said, it's a very underwhelming hero in most of the games. It can work out nicely in some games, of course, but yeah, it was not one of these games.
And I also have to commend the target prioritization from Belarus here, Black, like we've seen on screen right now. Every single team fight, it felt like they were completely obliterating the cores. And yes, that allowed Fail on the Weaver and La Jolla on the Rubik to get some kills in exchange and do some nice plays on the Weaver-Rubik combo. But those are only 2 supports that didn't have sufficient space and sufficient time to scale into menaces, right? When your CK and Sanking are completely shut down every single time, there's nothing more you can do.
Yeah, 100%. The laning phase just went too poorly. Again, on the back of a lot of strong heroes. Top lane is a disaster. Like, laning a melee hero into bad beast, I almost can't imagine something worse than that.
Yeah, it
And he
was
got punished so hard.
it was it was really, really, really hard. And in the end, that's gonna put Bulgaria in the second lower bracket, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Bulgarian fan, they still have one more hope in this one, as they are awaiting the result between Sweden and Turkey. Whoever wins that one will also join Belarus, Ukraine, and Greece at the World Esports Championships, and the loser will face Bulgaria in a final best of three for all the glory and the fifth and final European slot. But that game will take place in about an hour's time. So until then, we'll see you, and hopefully we'll get one at least as half as exciting as the previous series that we had.